Some people whine because God does not talk to them on or in the terms that they think He should talk to them. It is not good enough for them that He talks to them through Scripture, for example. Or in this video, it's not good enough for them that He talks to them through nature. Now, I really don't think most folks have even read the Bible and hadn't understood that if they had kind of got God's attention and had a conversation, it probably would not be pleasant, but would be more like the experience Job had when Job declared he wanted to talk to God, and God agreed. Now, if you don't know the story, then you need to go back and read the book of Job. But right now, let's talk about God talking to us through nature. God is hiding right out there in plain sight, and people don't like it, don't want to see it, close their eyes, they blind themselves to it, and it's just crazy because the same logic they use to look for extraterrestrial life and will prove to them that extraterrestrial life exists if they ever find the slightest clue. That same evidence is abundant in nature like crazy. It is everywhere. So here's the basic idea of SETI. SETI is setting out their antenna and they're listening for radio waves in outer space, and when they find one that has a clear pattern to it, then they're going to say, we found extraterrestrial life. When they find one that looks like it's not just a star emitting radio waves, then they're going to celebrate for all time to come. Now, let me clarify a little bit. If that pattern is nothing more complicated than Morse code, ... and just a little simple message, we are here, however many dots and dashes that takes, then they're going to celebrate till the end of time that we found extraterrestrial life. Now, the logic seems okay to me. I mean, if we had a message coming from somewhere in outer space that was Morse code and ... we are here, okay, I'd say, hey, that's a pretty impressive message. But on the other hand, we have 3.2 billion base pairs in our DNA, and this DNA is the blueprint, the pattern, the ... the Morse code, that literally builds the body. And it's not just a message or just an inanimate blueprint, it is a living blueprint that turns into a full working human being. And it is so complex, we have not even begun to understand it all yet. We've made some progress. We will continue to make progress, but it is still a deep, deep mystery. Just this month, they announced that they had finally sequenced the human genome after many, 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 many years of trying. But if you dig into the article, you find out it's only a half-truth. Actually, they've only sequenced 23 chromosomes of the 46 that humanity has, and now they're celebrating this great victory, and it could be another 20 years. Hopefully not, but it could be a long time before they actually honestly sequence the entire human genome. And the point is, this thing is so massive, so much information, more information than the Encyclopedia Britannica, working at different levels, epigenetics and other things there, that we can't even get our head around it. We have God screaming at us, look, I'm the designer. And we go, no, it couldn't be God. There couldn't be an intelligent design behind all of this. But let us get a ... from somewhere in outer space, and the people will just be ecstatic. They'll be crazy happy. So DNA, that's just one place where God hides right out in the open. And anybody who's studied anything about DNA knows, look, Encyclopedia Britannica doesn't just assemble itself on its own. There's some really big stuff going on here. Another area that is totally awesome is the Goldilocks Zone. Now, the Goldilocks Zone is just this idea, and science has discovered this, that there are things in the universe that have to be perfectly balanced. We're talking down to decimal points. They have to be perfectly balanced, or else we don't exist. Some of these things, if they had been off just the smallest amount, we wouldn't be here. the universe wouldn't be here, or our planet wouldn't be here, or physical life on Earth wouldn't be here. And science debates, of course, science always debates, which incidentally is a good thing. Science debates just exactly how many of these things there are that have to be exactly right. And on the low end, you'll get somewhere around 50, 60, 75. And on the high end, you'll get 200, 250. Either way, the odds of us just accidentally existing in the exact perfect environment, situation, universe defies any mathematical odds. It is just crazy. And yet here we are, just as big as you please, enjoying life and not seeing God, although He is all around us. I think that's crazy. You know, how can you look at the universe? How can you hold a newborn baby and not seeing God? But people are that way because they don't want to see it. So let me quit rambling here and let's close it up. God is talking to us. He's talking to us through His Scripture. He's talking to us through nature. We just need to slow down and listen and be honest with ourselves. And do like some scientists do. Look this up on Google. It's called the anthropic principle. There are scientists who are not religious people, but the anthropic principle is a kinder way of saying intelligent design, because intelligent design gets a whole lot of ugly looks real quick, but anthropic principle slides under the radar just a little bit, and you will find some very impressive scientists who are not religious people saying, look, this is all too complicated to just have accidentally happened. It's pretty neat. So give it some thought, put your comments below, and as always, have a great day.